What's up, Libra? Welcome to your weekly reading. This is for Libra, Sun Rising Venus. We'll be taking a look to see what messages need to come through for you guys for the week ahead, get some insight, wisdom, guidance, and overall see what's going on for you. I hope that you're doing well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, the information for that's in the description down below. And if you want to follow me over on my Instagram and TikTok, you can find me there at JadeStoneTarot. And with that being said, Libra, let's get right into your reading and see what messages Spirit has for you for the next 7 days. Messages for Libra, Sun Rising Venus for the next 7 days. What's going on for Libra? We got the owl coming out. Oh, I love the owl. The owl is a really awesome energy. Does talk about blessings coming in, little signs from the universe. And we have the gazelle coming out. Okay, the gazelle, definitely more of like a bit of a heavier energy. So kind of throughout the week, you might be feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit restless. There might be moments where you're like, oh my God, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? What if this? What if that? Like thinking a lot about the future and kind of feeling stressed a bit or a little bit anxious and a little in your head. You might be very overly critical about yourself, nitpicking yourself apart, being your own worst enemy in a way. Like, you know, we always tend to be our harshest on ourselves. We are our own worst critics. And it kind of seems like this week ahead, you might be struggling a bit with that, where you've been kind of like, you know, replaying certain things in your mind, like things that you said. You're like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. I hope I didn't make my fool out of myself. Or what if this person doesn't like me? Or like, you know, first encounters with new people, or you just did a job interview and you're like, oh my God, I said the wrong thing, or I stuttered, or, you know, like really just like nitpicking yourself apart. Or like, let's say that you're doing a new piece of art, right? And you don't like it, so you throw it away. You're like, oh, it's so bad, it's so trash. It's like, it's not. But like, you're being your own worst critic. You're being super hard on yourself, and Spirit really wants you to be aware of how you're speaking to yourself. This is all about like your self-talk, self-image, and how that really does affect everything, right? Because it all starts from within. It all starts from within, and then that reflects externally in your environments and your relationships. So Spirit really just wants you to be mindful of the ways that you're speaking to yourself, and that you also need to be grounded and like really focus on self-care and your comforts right now, because some of you are completely outside of your comfort zone. There's something that you're doing, there's something that's new here, or something that's like in the early stages. What was at the bottom of the deck? The lamb. Interesting. The lamb, the phoenix, wow, and the bee. Phoenix made an appearance in Cancer's reading. You may want to give that one a listen if you have any Cancerian placements out here. But there's definitely, you are going through a lot of change, internal change though. Lots of changes going on within you. And that's kind of like why you're feeling a little bit restless, or there's just like a lot going on. There's a lot going on. It's kind of like you're trying to look for signs around you. You're like, show me the sign that I'm on the right path. Show me the way. Like, you know, and you will be getting lots of signs this week from your angels, from your spirit team, even from animals, which is interesting because for me personally, just noticed this not actually me, a family member, not me, it's a family member. We have these squirrels in our yard, and holy shit, like they can be really fucking loud. But as of lately, they're like dropping little gifts, little presents for us. Like there's a crayon in our yard. There's like this cool kind of shiny rock. Like, you know, so sometimes the owl talks about like, yeah, gifts or blessings, maybe money coming in, maybe it's coming in spiritual form. This can also talk about like gifts from animals, like so that's just interesting. So keep your eyes peeled. Maybe there's like a little bird that might just like drop a quarter on like your doorstep, or who fucking knows, man. But the owl does talk about some sort of gift or blessing that's coming in, and it's going to show you the way / it's going to confirm for you that you are indeed on the right path. Like you're going to be getting signs. If you've been having doubts, if you've been kind of like questioning the direction that you're going down, you will be guided this week. That will show you the way to go, or it'll confirm for you of like what you need to do or what changes you may need to make. Even in like the dreams, pay attention to your dreams. I just really want to point that out. Pay attention to your dreams, the symbolism in your dreams. Even if you see certain animals in your dreams, there's a lot of insight that you can gain from kind of like dissecting what those dreams could mean or represent. You know, if you dream of a bear, what does a bear represent to you? Does it represent protection? Does it represent, like, are you afraid of bears? Do they make you feel safe? Do you think of the teddy bear? Like, you know, if you start having any kind of dream, you might be like, oh, it's just a dream, it's nothing. But actually, it is that deep. It is that deep if you take it that deep, right? So pay attention to the signs, the messages that are coming through to you, even like in the clouds, right? You could see a symbol, a number in a cloud, or an image in the cloud. Pay attention to that, okay? Be very aware. All right, let's see. Let's pull some tarot messages for you guys. For Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. What's going on for Libra for the next 7 days? Show me clearly. What do my Libras need to know for this upcoming week? Any messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? Any messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for this upcoming week? What's happening? We have the Five of Swords coming out with the Moon, Piscean energy, Eight of Swords. Yeah, that really ties in with the Gazelle. Four of Swords, and at the bottom we have the High Priestess, more Piscean energy, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and Strength coming out. Leo energy. So we have Pisces and Leo coming out in this reading. Just letting you guys know what's going on here. Wow. With the High Priestess to the Ten of Pentacles, I really am picking up like your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors. They're around you, watching over you, always, 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 but they are coming through really strongly in this reading, like just wanting to let you know, like, hey, they're looking out for you. They are all right. They're on the other side. They're watching over you. They're protecting you. And at any time where you need help, where you need that support or you need guidance, they won't intervene. They won't step in unless you give them permission to do so. Just keep that in mind. So if you're like, where are my spirit guides at? They haven't done shit. It's like, well, have you given them the permission to? Because you got free will, and they're not going to fuck around with any of that unless you give them permission to. So if you are wanting a little extra helping hand, you have to make the request. Make the request and let things happen and let it unfold. Okay, I am really picking up on that energy though. Like you're really connecting to your higher self, as well as like higher frequencies or like other dimensions, to be honest. Even the Four of Swords, like, yo, there is such protection around you. Such protection around you. So don't be afraid. You're right now, you're really afraid, you're stressed, you're scared, you're worried about the future, you're overthinking certain things that have happened. Maybe you said something wrong, or maybe there's a bit of a miscommunication, a situation where you and another person maybe butt heads, or maybe you said something that you regret and you can't take it back, right? We look at the moon in this card, non-traditional way of reading the tarot. I'll get to the traditional messages, but just talking about the imagery here, she's speaking, singing more, but this is definitely using your throat and communicating in some sort of way. Her mouth is wide open, and so I don't know, I'm just throwing out the scenario here where Libra, maybe you said something towards someone, or someone said something towards you. Someone said something that they're regretting now, or they wish that they didn't say, or they wish they could take it back because someone's hurt and they feel really guilty and they're overthinking. Like, so I am picking up on an energy here where something was said the wrong way, or even taken out of context, or taken the wrong way, or and it affected someone, it hurt someone's feelings, and so either that's you or that's someone that you're dealing with, but whoever is on the side where like, shit, I shouldn't have said that, I wish I could take it back, I'm so sorry, like there's definitely someone who is feeling really restless here, really anxious, or yeah. Well, I'm glad that the Four of Swords came out after the Eight of Swords, because the Eight of Swords is like you're really locked into that energy. You're like overthinking every single thing that you ever said, that you ever did. And you're like, oh my God, like so like restraining. But it seems like that energy kind of fades out. We go from the Eight of Swords really being in that energy, stressed to the max, feeling really stuck, There's a lot of illusions though. A lot of these fears that are coming up, they're just illusions. So this is something that fades actually quite quickly here with the 4 of Swords. So we go from the 8 to the 4. So it seems like it could be for a moment, it could be for a day, maybe a couple days for some of you, depending on how extreme. But I feel like this is very short-lived. Like whatever this anxiousness that you're experiencing, that you're stressing out about, maybe if you and another person aren't really seeing eye to eye, maybe there was a fallout here, and you're like, oh my God, are we going to be able to work through this? It's like, yes, I do feel like that, but just some time, some space is needed. Some time to cool down is needed. So that's for someone out there. You're definitely needing to focus on your rest though. Your rest, because I don't know about you, but when I'm not rested, when I had like a shit sleep or I'm just exhausted, that's where our mind can really start to play tricks on us. That's where we can really start getting in our head and start thinking about worst case scenarios, or we start looking back at things that happened like, oh my God, what did they mean when they said this? Or what if they said this, but they actually really mean this? And then you start thinking about all of these things and you're just stressing yourself out when really all you need is a fucking nap. Like you just need some rest. You need to catch up on some sleep. Like some of you, that's just simply it. That's why you're in your head and you're not feeling the most stable or the most grounded right now, is because you are needing more rest. Okay? You got to shut your brain off. And you can't. You're tossing and turning. It's like, okay, you need meditation. Shh, quiet the mind. Read a book or something, like, really just shut the brain off, listen to some tunes, listen to some music. All right. But yeah, so if you hurt someone's feelings, it will be resolved. Give us some time. And if someone hurt your feelings, well, they're regretting it. They are in their head and they want to make things right, but they're just trying to figure out how. So you can take it however it applies if you resonate with that scenario. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles and the High Priestess, that combo really just speaks loudly to me about, like, not only, like, really connecting to your ancestors and your spirit team, but also, like, uncovering your own spiritual gifts and abilities, because it's passed down from generation to generation to generation. You're really finding out, especially if you are, like, a High Priestess yourself, you're a reader yourself, or you're into that kind of stuff, or healer in some sort of way, or a natural medicine, herbologist, or whatever they're called. So sorry if it's like the wrong name. I honestly can't think of it right now, but like that kind of stuff you might be finding out this week, or you really connecting to your ancestors. Like maybe you are you like to plant gardens, or you're gardening this week because your family members, your ancestors, grandparents were like that too. They had certain passions, certain things that they were really good at, and it's passed down to you, and you're really needing to tap into that energy. That's a way that you can really connect with your ancestors, is by doing what they love doing. If they love to sew clothes, maybe you're learning how to like do that too, or like, certain skills that your ancestors had. Use those skills. Even if you haven't done it before, learn it, because I think it will come natural to you. Okay? And it'll be like a gift that's passed on from generation to generation. That's the energy of the owl. Like, yes, it talks about gifts and blessings, but it also talks about passed on gifts from your ancestors, from your heritage, from your lineage. So that's a really cool energy too. And you might be a little bit freaked out about that. It might stress you out and be like, oh my God, like, don't overthink it though. There's definitely the energy this week where you're overthinking and you need to get out of your head. You gotta get out of your head. Okay? And we have Strength and the 4 of Pentacles. You need to jump out of your comfort zone. You've been just chilling on this rock, minding your business, sticking with what you know, sticking with what makes you comfortable. But Spirit is really urging you, like, it's time to branch out. It's time to jump off that rock. It's time to go explore. It's time to explore the unknown. These gifts, these abilities that you have, it's time to put them into work, put them into action. I don't know how to word it properly right now, but it's time you stop sleeping on your gifts, and even just like showing up and showing the world the real you. Because some of you have been in hiding, some of you have been afraid to, some of you have been just trying to keep quiet and be silent, like move like a mouse, and it's like, no, it's time to be brave, it's time to be bold. Okay? So yeah, those are the messages that I got for you guys for the week ahead. I hope that this was helpful and insightful. If you did enjoy, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I greatly appreciate it. If you wish to book a private reading with me, the information for that's in the description down below. And if you want to follow me over on my Instagram and TikTok, you can find me there at JadeStoneTarot. Thank you so much for watching, Libra, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.